What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. I apologize that I'm not live streaming this Monday mix. It's been a very long weekend for me and a long day. As some of you may remember, I also suffer from chronic anemia since I came to Earth, and sometimes it's worse than other times, you know. You'll remember that my mom passed away when I was 6 months old. I spent the first year of my life in the hospital. And, in quarantine and all that. My mother died of tuberculosis. And I wasn't expected to live. So, I do apologize, but I will do some random middle of the week live stream something, so that we can be together. And I just thought rather than not do anything, I would just present this for you. Because this is significant. You know, one of the reasons why I pussyfooted around so much about my South Africa stuff, even when I did the genocide video, that was just like, let me just bring a corner of it. You know, but the thing that precipitates that is the decades, the centuries really, of this white devil owning every fucking thing in South Africa. Just owning shit, running it, and they are a tiny minority. There's no way white people would allow that anywhere else involving their ass. Wouldn't allow it. I cite for you. Here in this country, Muslims are not yet, and I pause on that word yet. Muslims are not yet the majority in this asshole of the devil. We're not. We're a small percentage of the American population. But our numbers are rising as I speak to you. But I mention that because you see how they get their ass in a bunch when they even think, oh, Muslims are taking over the country. We're taking over. Not yet. You understand? Not yet. But the day is coming when Islam will prevail the earth. They know it. They know it. They know it. So our people are finally got to their boiling point. This is why you have the EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters, who really came onto our radar when the H&M scandal broke. And then I brought you the report about how the EFF was going through H&M stores all throughout South Africa and destroying those bitches. And we love that. We love that because unfortunately that's what African people across the earth have been provoked to. We don't have any other choice. We don't have any other choice. And we will not hear those voices that tell us that we should continue to be oppressed and be happy about the shit. Fuck you and that fat greasy bitch that gave birth to you, that ugly bitch. Do you understand me? Now, so our people were over it, but you always need a spark, which is what they try to deny here in this country. But the spark is coming. It's coming. That is going to provoke our people to be doing the things that we should have been doing a long time ago. Demanding what is rightfully ours. Demanding that you would not just roll into our neighborhood and arrest us and incarcerate us. No. Those days will be over. Because a new day is dawning on African people across the earth. Now, so you had the EFF, and they are now rising as a major political party in South Africa. And they are the ones who speak openly and freely and tell people, go and fucking take these white farmers' ass fucking land. Kick their white asses out. It's not their land. They don't fucking belong here. Period. African land is for Africans, they say. You see? And they're right. They're right. Now, if you're a white devil and you want to come in, you want to pay a very high price and rent some land, we could look at it. But you're not just going to be up here owning shit. They're a tiny fraction, and yet they own 80% of the fucking land and resource. It's on purpose. And so they deserve what they're getting now. Because at any time, over the decades, they could have said, you know what? It's not fair that we own every fucking thing. Let us parse out and let's make this fair. Everybody would have celebrated them. They would have been celebrated across the earth. Wow, look what these fucking white people did. They actually did the right thing. But you see, this is not a part of the heart of the white man. Righteousness does not dwell there. Only evil. You see? We see that throughout their entire history. No one else goes around conquering and dominating and having to be over and all that. Nah. Nobody does that shit. That's only their history. And it's strewn with the genocide of the righteous and the innocent. You understand? And the time is especially critical now because it always has been. But so I even had to say it's critical now, like as if it just got critical. But you follow my point. Because we are hated across the earth, everybody, because of this fucking white devil. I have been in mourning the last few days. Because when I look at Brazil, the black Brazilians are hated, discriminated against, and treated like bullshit. When I look at Spain, we're treated like bullshit. When I go to India, we're treated like bullshit. Like you can't even really stay in the city and shit. And they have a name for you. And then many years ago, they started using, because India had never won, could never compete in the Olympics. Couldn't win a fucking medal. Like, sat your bitch ass down. So they started allowing some of the Africans who had been there for centuries in India. Like, your fucking Indian ass is a descendant of us, bitch. Don't you see your skin? But they went and got the authentic Africans from outside the city and allowed them to train, and that's how India was able to even be competitive. But when you look at India, we're hated. You see? You go to Cuba, and I watched a documentary on black Africans in Cuba, and we're hated. Hidden and hated. Disrespected, denied. I could keep going. As I was scrolling this article even, just because you guys know I always scroll it to see how long it is, and then I just go and I'm over it. Exploited, hated, killed Italy's African fruit pickers. That's in Italy. Huh? This is because of this white devil. Do you understand? When you go to the Middle East, some countries in the Middle East, you know, you have issue where we're hated. Certainly if you go to fake ass Zionist, we're not even going to call it Israel. When you go to Zion land, devil land, we're hated. So we gotta stop being nice to fucking people on the earth. Fuck that. If you ain't nice to me, goddammit, I'm not nice to your bitch ass. And I'm gonna assume you hate me before you even speak. 'Cause I smell it. You know, this goes on, you know, even in my Muslim community. And my father and I used to talk about this before he passed away in 2009. But my father was on the board at his mosque. And in my mosque, I was the muazzin, which is the trusted one, that you are the keeper of the house of Allah. Your character is beyond reproach. You make the call to prayer. You take care of the mosque. And most of the affairs that go on don't happen unless they come through you. That's your boy, the Jedi. But my father and I had the same stories about the discrimination. And indeed, the story is the same for all African people across this country and anywhere else, any other Muslims that I speak to that are not Arab. We always have issue with them. Not all of them, but most of them. Doesn't matter what country they're from. There's this standoff, this hesitance, like you have a fucking disease or some shit, you know, and you have to prove your Islam to them. In fact, it was their doubt is how I became muezzin, because the doctor that usually made the call to prayer at Friday service, well, he wasn't there that day, and it was time for the first adhan. And so they all start looking at me. Brother, inshallah, you can go. And I'm like, nah, y'all go. You know, no, inshallah, inshallah. And they never take no for an answer on any fucking thing. Well, I was ready, because I've been making the call to prayer since I was a fucking in diapers practically. Like, that was my job in our house. Like, I hated it, and I had to be up every morning before the sun came up and before everybody else even. So it was enough to be getting up early, but I had to literally be up before everybody else because I'm the one making the call to prayer. Urgh. Anyway, and I have a beautiful call. So I did it, and they were floored. And then after that, the rest is kind of history, you know. But over the years of just proving myself to be a man of honor, a man of principle, a man of conviction and truth, honest, forthright, you know, they could not deny that, you know, to the point where even if anytime we're in the mosque and the kids are acting out and I tell them something, they tell them, listen to, I can't say my name, but they go, listen to brother so-and-so. Like, I have total control of the fucking kids. Up to the teenagers, I can give them the look. And they change their entire behavior. They don't fuck with me. But I mention that because we are hated across the earth and we're mistreated. And because we are not inherently a violent people, you know, these gang members running around doing their shit, that's an aberration. That's a spin-off or some shit. Like, it's other. Like, that does not represent African people anywhere on the earth, unfortunately. Because African people across the earth have every right to be to absolutely return violence, to answer violence with violence. Because that's what it's gotten to. Like, people think they can literally put their fucking hands on you. And we don't allow that. You know? We don't allow that. So I celebrate my brothers and sisters, especially the EFF and Julius Malema, who was encouraging people to just go and take fucking farmland from these white fucking people. Take their shit. Then you have another group called Land something. I forget what their acronym is, and I can't remember what their name is, but their t-shirts say Land or Die. I love it. And some of them, and they, you know, there's thousands of farmers, but you know, they could be inflating just for sympathy. But there's thousands of white farmers that have been killed, and you know, and others have been brutalized, but definitely run off their fucking farms. And I just don't have any sympathy, you know? Like, that's what you get. Like, you think you're just gonna sit up here in our fucking house and own our shit? And I'm supposed to feel sad when something happens to you when you could have done the right thing many fucking centuries ago? Fuck you. I don't feel no sympathy. I don't. But why this is significant now is because on, well, today is Monday, so I don't know, whatever. They just had, because you know, recently they had an election, and then it was Cyril Ramaphosa is now the president of South Africa, and he actually joined with the rhetoric with the EFF of saying, yes, we will change the South African constitution, and that it will be reappropriation of land without compensation. That means get your white ass out, and we're not giving you a fucking dime. Take your shit. Take your ass. Because you're not getting paid for shit you've stolen. I don't give a fuck how long you've been there, and I wasn't the one, and we bought this land, but bitch, it was stolen. Go to Chernobyl. Build a house there. Oh no, that's a nuclear site, but that was years ago. But there still could be radiation. Well, take your bitch ass. You see the double standard. They'll say anything that makes it come out good for them. Anything. Anything. The forked tongue of this devil. Well, our people are dancing everywhere in fucking South Africa now. Because the final touches have been put on the Constitution. It is reappropriation without fucking compensation. And our people are dancing in the fucking streets. South Africa moving to expropriate white devils' land. Country's president says ruling party to push ahead with plans to redistribute land without compensation for white fucking people, widening concerns. You need to know that there's various militia, because you know white folks always got to have a gun, because violence is their only fucking nature. Eat and kill. That's all they do. They haven't come up with anything for society or humanity. They've stolen and pillaged from everybody else. So of course you have militia that have been training and arming for a potential civil war. But guess what, motherfucker? You only 6% of the population. Even if we take casualties, we still gonna take you down. What? Take your bitch ass to fucking Australia. I also shared with you that you had white devils here in this country that have been thousands signed petitions asking the fucking Orange Tulip to allow white farmers to come here as refugees. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. They're not gonna move next door to me. Shit. What I care. You feel me? Yes, but this is time. It's time. And South Africa is just the first shoe to drop. Not really, because we had Zimbabwe. And we had Robert Mugabe, you know, who was at the helm. And he also was calling the white man the devil. And he was saying that, like, we don't trust any fucking thing that y'all do, because they're waking up slowly on the continent. Like, suddenly the money and shit is not mattering. It's like we are destroying Africa. So it's becoming harder for them to find puppets on the continent, you see. Just like I brought you the video of the Kenyan president, Uhuru. I can't say his last name. Uhuru Kenyatta, I think his name was. Uhuru Kenyatta. I hope I'm not saying his last name. I know his first name was Uhuru. You know what I'm saying? That's a strong name. Like, you ain't got nothing to do but bow to a brother when you hear that name. You can't do shit but bow. Like, I can't. Like, what's your name, brother? Uhuru Kenyatta. One knee. Just gonna go and take that knee. But, so, Zimbabwe was the first shoe to drop. And then the white devils moved in with sanctions, and they tried to, you know, wall them out from the rest of the world and all this other bullshit. The white man is the devil and the cause of all friction on the earth, period the fucking end. That is a statement of fucking truth. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. It is the truth. It is. And I actually thought there was going to be more meat and potatoes to this, but there's not. It's just a really short article. South Africa president says the ruling African National Congress will push ahead with plans for the expropriation of land from white devils without compensation. They're not getting shit. Cyril Ramaphosa says the ANC will try to amend the constitution with the support of the left-wing economic freedom fighters. That's the EFF, so it's a done deal. You understand? The issue of land ownership is one of the most contentious in South Africa. Concerned voices point to the case study of neighboring Zimbabwe, where the economy collapsed after the land reform was carried out. No, it didn't. They sabotaged the fucking economy. They sabotaged it. Because they always want to make it seem like niggas can't do shit when we existed hundreds of thousands of years before their fucking stink ass white asses showed up any fucking place. And the earth is not going to be a fucking paradise until their asses all fucking die off, and it's happening now. We just ask Allah to speed up the fucking process. Al Jazeera, oh, that's just a person. Yeah. So this is very good news. Very good news. Get your white ass out of fucking South Africa, bitch. Get to stepping. Get to stepping. Because we're over the shit. But our people are dancing in the streets. And as one sister said from the other organization that I told you I can't name, she said, she goes, everything that you have belongs to us. Everything that you have belongs to us. We don't want your such and such. We don't want your such and such. Everything that you have belongs to us. And we will get it. That's my girl. With her Land or Die shirt on. Maggie. Maggie. Yes. So, we hope that we will continue to see these trends across the earth. Oh, I know what, I got off subject. I was going to say something about Uhuru Kenyatta. You know, when I was saying, like, you know, a lot of leaders are waking up and it's hard to find puppets, etc., etc. You know, that's why I brought you guys that interview of him with, why is my breathing fucked up? With Christian Amin fucking liar ass poor, trying to sell this homosexual bullshit, you know, like, this is the cesspool of the devil. And as the Quran says, that which is wicked will be made to seem normal to them. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. That which is wicked will be made to seem normal to them. Men will be as women and women will be as men. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. So, of course, that's normalized here. You know? And it's interesting because in their Christian bullshit, it's clearly forbidden. The Quran is silent on homosexuality. Silent. Hear me. Silent. Muslims, we read our book from cover to fucking cover. The Quran is silent on homosexuality. Silent. Silent. You see? But yet it is the Christian who is preaching homosexuality as a sin. And they're the main ones that motherfucking doing it. They're the only motherfuckers doing it. You see? So of course they've normalized that in this fucking country. And that's fine. No shade. But don't try and export immorality to African nations. Because we've always been a moral people. Period. And still are. Know that. And in keeping with that theme, I wanted to share this, everybody, because many of you are not familiar with Kwame Nkrumah. This brother, I could cry. I could cry. Because it goes to our struggle, you know, and how long we've had to put up with being under the thumbnail of this white devil. Devil, I say. Because you show me something holy about these fucking people, and I'm happy to change my fucking tune. You show me. Show me holiness. And it was 1957, the month of my grandmother's birth. But she wasn't born in 1957. Just anytime I see March, just because her birthday was March 16th. But anyways, it was March of 1957 that Ghana became the first African nation to declare its independence from colonialism, you know. That's why that's one of the other things that attracted me to Ghana, everybody. Because of its history. It's also where the majority of a lot of people that are moving from America to Africa, brothers and sisters, they're going to Ghana. I'm also from the state of Illinois. Ghana, if you look at it on the map of Africa, it looks like fucking Illinois. Like, that can't be a mistake from the universe. Um, and they also wrote into their constitution in 2011 the right to abode, to attract us African American people back to the continent. They relax the visas, they give you land, they do all sorts of accommodating for you to allow you to come home. And I need to say also that probably before the end of the week, I'd like to try and produce a video finally for my fucking GoFundMe, because I'm gonna start reaching out to you guys, because I'm literally trying to get the fuck up out of here in 2020, and I'm gonna need your help to do it. I'm going to need your help to do it. And from everything that I've been studying since 2014, I feel like maybe a good $10,000 plus my own little resource, I should be able to be okay, because everybody that I'm hearing and watching and communicating with, and people that I've seen that have gone and failed and had to come back and all that stuff, they just didn't have a plan. And they weren't properly funded, you know. But I think that's the next chapter of my work on Earth, you know. I think that I should get my ass to fucking Africa and then start beckoning all of my people to Africa, because I think I would be the best ambassador for that, because people that go, most of them are Christian. So they're in the wrong fucking, they just, it's already fucked up. They only thinking about them, and they go, and it just, I can't. Like, I'm trying to get my people to fucking come to goddamn Africa. If I really thought I could do a big enough GoFundMe, I would fucking charter ships to that bitch. Do you understand me? Done deal. Like 6 cruise ships, because those hold thousands of people. And just anybody that want to go, come on. We out this bitch. You see? But in the meantime, I feel like I could get there and begin to establish something for people to come. But I could also continue to put out videos on my platform that really take you from A to fucking Z, because nobody's doing that shit. They're getting caught up in their own little I can't. And I'm a thorough person. Anything I do is going to be thorough. Like, you will know if you want to come to Africa or goddamn it not. That I promise you. Anyways, so I'm going to be putting up, but I you know, with the last GoFundMe I did, I just had a picture of me. Not a very flattering one, but we're not going to get into that. I just like to put up a video, because I like to really, the universe will give me the words at that time, but I know what it needs to be. I know what's in the annals of my soul. Like, I really want to express to the public why I am asking you to donate to this, why this is so important to me, and why I simply must get the fuck out this bitch, and I need your help to do it. You understand? And I'll lay out my whole agenda and what I plan to do when I get there, and how it will be beneficial to all of us, etc., etc., you know? Because I understand the criticalness of this, everybody, and I've known since forever, but the universe began to haunt me in 2014. Haunt me. Haunt me. I even have visions of Africa. Visions, I tell you. And the universe already impressed upon me the urgency, saying, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. If you don't go, you will seriously regret you didn't go. You must go. You must go. You must go. You know? And that has happened in my life several times, and I always obeyed it, and it was never wrong. Never. Never. So I know that energy. I know it. So it's not even about me anymore. It's already decreed. You must go to Africa. You must. You must. You must. So Ghana is the place. And so this brother, there are statues erected in his honor. There's a huge memorial in Accra, Ghana, where his tomb lies in state, etc., etc. And my God, you know what? Let me see if I can just find a video. It'll be grainy and old, but because it's 1957. But let me see if I can find a video I can use real quick. Now, this is the Kwame Nkrumah National Park in Ghana, and that structure behind him is where his coffin is. You know. Also, back in 1967, President Kennedy welcomed him here to the United States. Found that interesting. Couldn't find the actual speech, though, that I'm going to read you. Man, because it was before thousands of Ghanaians, and it was just a powerful moment in history. You know, and why I'm tying this to this is because I began with the South Africa piece. Here it is, 2018, and now South Africa is about to start throwing these fucking white people off their goddamn land and taking their shit. And there, in March of 1957, Ghana was declaring its independence. You see? Oh, man. So let's just see this, because I'm assuming this is some kind of a tour guide, and maybe you'll be at least be able to see what I'm talking about and hear some information on Kwame Nkrumah.
Symbolic meaning, which is all about him. He was our leader until 1966, 24th of February, when his government was unfortunately overthrown. So he was forced to go into exile in a country called Guinea, also in West Africa. So from up to the base, the shape looks so much like a stump of a tree. It's like a tree growing but cut up in the middle, which represents the coup in the sense that he couldn't finish what he wanted to do for us before his government was overthrown. And also in our villages in Africa, when our farmers are from their farms and they are tired, they will look for a shady tree, sit under it, and then take a rest. So he's buried down there with a belief that he is also resting under a shade of a tree. And the black star up there stands for all black people, a symbol adopted from Marcus Garvey. And then we also have...
He said, and it also has the black star, which represents all people, all black people, which is a symbol from Marcus Garvey.
The black star was adopted from Marcus Garvey.
And on the Ghanaian flag, it's the black star, bitch. Get into it.
We also have one of his official vehicles. He used an American Cadillac. So it was parked right over there. So let's come to the mausoleum.
Mausoleum, that's the word I'm looking for. He just said it. There he is. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Yes.
So it's Ghana for me, bitches. Appreciate they all there, but this is all Christian folks. Well, they might be a little conscious. The brother do got on a kufi, but I'm sketchy. I'm sketchy. I'm sketchy.
Oh yes, so we're getting for libation. You want to do it now or after you finish giving the introduction?
You should do the introduction.
Alright, so family, going to set out this libation here. Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. This is his actual burial space, burial ground, burial location. All right, looking for Sister Sass. Little money, ready?
This young face. This young face. This young face. This young face. I gotta go pray. Let me say this and then I've gotta go pray. It'll just be a click for you guys, whatever. Anyway, that's inspirational for me. That's inspirational. Because that young mind, I always tell you, you gotta start treating kids like a tape recorder. Anything you want them to be, you start programming that shit. You start programming it. Because what they hear is what they gonna know. What they know is what they gonna be. I see the light in his eyes. Wow. That's powerful. He's what? 6 or 7 or 8? It's hard to tell, a little nasty ass now, but I'm saying he's 8. Damn it. Okay, 9, fine. That's high as I'm going. But he's standing at the grave of Kwame Nkrumah. You understand what I'm saying? That's gonna leave an imprint. I'm the man I am today because of the things that I was exposed to. What I heard, what I knew. It's what you instill in them now. Stop thinking kids are they too young, they just kids. Fuck that. We're raising adults. It starts when they say when. I love that.
So, I want us to know, everybody around it. The protocol, and very familiar with African group, is that anytime we come here, and being the first president of Ghana, the protocol is to
Alright, I can just let this play and I can go pray.
Silence for him,
Jedi out.
as well as custom demands in Ghana, we traditionally at tombs and burial grounds of prominent people, libations are poured every now and then to pay homage and respect to him and also the departed soul. So, and as always, our sister has been in charge of the pouring of the libation. So whilst we're here, we first would observe the 1 minute silence for him and his wife actually, and then she does the pouring of the libation. And usually, except those who are wearing their sneakers, they're supposed to take off our shoes.
That's perfect. So let's do this minute of silence, family.
Okay. The magic of editing, everybody. This is the speech from Kwame Nkrumah in March of 1957. At long last, the battle has ended, and thus Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. And yet again, I want to take the opportunity to thank the people of this country, the youth, the farmers, the women, who have so nobly fought and won the battle. Also, I want to thank the valiant ex-servicemen who have so cooperated with me in this mighty task of freeing our country from foreign rule and imperialism by this white devil. Okay, he didn't say that. Damn it. I had to get that in. Because, you know, words like foreign rule and imperialism, that hides the perpetrator. I like to expose. You see? That's why I do those interjections. And as I pointed out, from now on, Today, we must change our attitudes and our minds. We must realize that from now on, we are no longer a colonial, but free and independent people. That's very important. You know how he said, you hear how he said we must change our attitudes and our minds. That's a leader, everybody. That's why I'm always telling you. You've heard me preach since I'm blue. I understand I got to change the hearts and minds of my people. That's a component of liberation and revolution. You can't get the people to move if you don't change the hearts and minds. You just can't do it. You 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 can't do it. And here this brother in 1957 is saying, we must change our attitudes and our minds. We must realize that from now on, we are no longer colonial, but free and independent people. But also, as I pointed out, that also entails hard work. That new Africa is ready to fight his own battles and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. I love that. We are going to demonstrate to the world, to other nations, that we are prepared to lay our foundation, our own African personality. As I said to the assembly a few minutes ago, I made a point that we are going to create our own African personality and identity. It is the only way we can show the world that we are ready for our own battles. But today, may I call upon you all that on this great day, that let us all remember that nothing can be done unless it has the support of God. We have won the battle, and again rededicate ourselves. Alhamdulillah. Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. I love this. This brother was foretelling even then that there must be one Africa. That's all in capitals even. Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. In other words, this entire white devil has got to go. Got to go. The total liberation of Africa. You see? And so yes, Ghana is struggling. It's a struggle. You see? Due to the white devil. And because, again, we've not yet achieved the total liberation of Africa. So he was prophetic in his words, and he understood that. Let us now, fellow Ghanaians, let us now ask for God's blessing for only 2 seconds. And in your thousands and millions, I want to ask you to pause for only 1 minute and give thanks to Almighty God for having led us through our difficulties, imprisonment, hardships, and sufferings, to have brought us to our end of troubles today. 1 minute silence. Ghana is forever free, and here I will ask the band to play the Ghana national anthem. Reshaping Ghana's destiny, I am depending on the millions of the country and the chiefs and the people to help me reshape the destiny of this country. We are prepared to pick it up and make it a nation that will be respected by every nation in the world. We know we're going to have a difficult beginning, but again, I'm relying on your support. I'm relying upon your hard work. Seeing you in this. It doesn't matter how far my eyes go. I can see that you are here in your millions. And my last warning to you is that you are to stand firm behind us so that we can prove to the world that when the African is given a chance, he can show the world that he is somebody. We have awakened. We will not sleep anymore. Today, from now on, there's a new African in the world. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Kwame Nkrumah, March 6, 1957. Get into it. You know, this gives me, it takes me a lot of different places, you know, because I opened up telling you about how we're despicable around the fucking world. Just despicable. You know, it's time that Africans across the earth assert ourselves with a collective no fucking more. No more. No more. We're over it and we've had it. That's what we need to do. And my heart bleeds for us here in this asshole of the devil. But my heart is torn in two places, everybody, because I am a global heart. I need you to understand that. I'm a global heart. And so I'm so frustrated as a human being. Like, I wish to God I had magical powers. Like, I could just have untold powers. Because the only thing I would use those powers for is the liberation of Africans across the fucking earth. And I would destroy anyone who got in the way. If you don't get in the way, I ain't gonna really mess with you. Watch your ass. Watch your ass. But I'm talking about getting rid of all the countries in Africa and having it be one Africa. One. I'm talking about getting rid of every fucking Christian church in this bitch and annihilating that shit out of African life. The white people want to still have it. They can cling to that because they godless any fucking way. And that shit ain't connected to God. You know what I'm saying? It's some bullshit. Like, I will share a picture with you guys. I don't know if it's on my computer or not. Damn it. It'd take me a minute to find it. I'm not going to try and find it. Anyways, my landlord got a mural painted on the hood of her car. It's supposed to be the Prophet Isa alayhi salam, the one you know as Jesus. Allah calls him Isa in the Quran. And it's a white dude. Now, Muslims, we'll never try and push our shit over on you. You know, but I'm also an African. So obviously, there's a big part of me wants to say, bitch, that ain't what you look like. So are you going to go and put a black man on your hood and this, that, and the third? I just didn't feel like fighting the battle. I was like, oh, that's nice. And, you know, that's fine. And I took a couple of pictures of it, you know. So they can have that. But I would eradicate that off of our people. Eradicate it. Eradicate it. Then I would get in the face of every fucking thug and gang member and say, either you can come with me now and be liberated, or I can destroy your bitch ass now. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Anybody that buck, I'm destroying them. Period. Because remember, I got all the superpowers. I would destroy their ass. Then I would build oases for us in any country you thought you wanted to live in Africa. I'd do it. And you would be transported there. Because that's what it's really coming to, everybody. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have to get your black ass the fuck up out of here. You just are. Because the white man is like a caged animal. Always has been, but really at a fever pitch now. Because any of the information that we have, their bitch asses have it too. So they know their numbers are declining. They know they're not able to repopulate and reproduce themselves at the rate of everybody else. Certainly not the African. You see? And to my brothers, I want to say, put down the fucking drink. Put down all that shit that is toxifying your damn sperm. Because we need you shooting bullets, homie. We need you shooting bullets. And our sisters, stop with the fucking feminine products and shit. Stop with that. You don't need that. You don't need it. Find out what your sisters in Africa are doing for their hygiene. You see? Because a lot of this shit is made for white bitches. And your stuff ain't the same as theirs. It's not. And you don't need to be toxifying your body with shit that is going to bring down your fertility rates and all that. We need you popping them out. At least 4. You see what I'm saying? Because it's moving that way anyway, you know. We do have more births than them, but we also have a lot of abortions, and that shit's got to stop. Go and watch the video I did about black men needing to choose the option of being single. I cover that because by default you understand the effect upon our women. When we're producing better men, we're going to have better women. Period. Gone will be the ratchet class. Gone will be the babies out of wedlock. All that shit will be over. It will be over. But you got to get into the right mind space. And then you got to tell it to others. You got to make this popular. This is what's got to be popular. It's no longer popular to just be fucking wandering and doing all that other bullshit no more. That can't be popular no more. It just can't. It just can't. I could go on, y'all. Trust me on this. But there were some other things I saw in my Monday Mix folder, but I'm not going to do them. Because I want this to just be a holistic piece. Because it's connected and just, I think that I want to leave you with that. Like if I start adding something else that's not related to these, then it'll just, I don't want that. I don't want that. Like, it's like, I don't like no juice on my plate. You feel me? Like my cornbread, I can't have my cornbread getting wet. Feel me? I can't have that. So, it's the same thing. So, yeah, I think I'll land it here. I do want to shout out Akibalon Violet. You are my angel. I want to shout out Ajane, my right hand. I want to shout out K.R. Watkins. I hope you're feeling well. I want to shout out Mika, my girl. Hey, Melanie, you, my girl. I want to shout out Pamela Williams, Maggie, Zap Zap. These are just random, y'all. It's coming off the top of my head. I want to shout out LC. Appreciate you got that picture up, my sister. Love you. Marcus, the Lion. CJ Mendoza, love you. Terrence Bowers, appreciate you, bro. Always showing up for the Skype sessions, even if you are on Safari. Daniel Brunson in Baltimore, I love you, my brother. I didn't know I was gonna do shout out, y'all. Like, this is just random as shit. So if I don't call you out, don't be mad. This is coming off the top of my head. Like, I have visuals of these people in my head. You know, so this should also be a lesson to y'all that don't have no damn picture. I understand that. Rehearse for it. I just went blank. I love you all, you know. I love you all. I love you all, and especially my core. You know, because, and as I said, I believe I said in one of my recent live streams, you know, I said, and I was so glad the universe gave me that in that moment, because I'm always ranting about, you know, I can't get my people to do anything, and anything I ask you guys, you just can't seem to do it, and But there are people that are riding with me that whatever I ask, they have stepped up. And I don't ever want you to feel like that you're not appreciated or that you have somehow gotten lost in the fray, because that is not the case. And so I need to remember to vocalize that and let you know that I'm acutely aware of those who are loyal. As you know, to me, the greatest attribute of any human being is loyalty. I'm someone who's fiercely loyal, like to the fighting death. I'm fiercely loyal, and I demand loyalty from anyone who surrounds me. Period. Demand it. Demand it, because I give it. And so I do appreciate those of you who have been extremely loyal and supportive to me, and encouraging and consistent. I love you so much. You know, I'm one man, and I can't do this without you, and I'm doing it for you. You know, you're the reason why I'm here. So if you're not here, I don't need to be. I don't need to. I don't need to. I don't need to. So again, if I didn't shout you out, don't hate on me. Just know that I will do shout outs probably in the live stream. As I said, I will do some random live stream. Today is Monday, so I'll do something between, before the week is out. I'll do something live, and that way I can be with my people. I love those. That's the reason why I do those, is so I can be direct with you in real time. Instead of a recorded video. I love that. I love that, and I get to see your comments in real time, and I love that. I do. I love that. I love that. I love that. And hopefully the live streaming is going to be coming back over on the Jedi Revolution. I don't know. The bitches are playing games, so it could be another week for all I know. But whenever that does happen, we'll do another live stream over on the Jedi Revolution. But I'm not really bothered by it, because we've been doing just fine on the Jedi channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button. I am the Jedi. This is a serious channel, but I'm a very eclectic man. So while I'm very serious, I'm also very funny, and all that kind of stuff. So I just have that balance. It's not something I have to work at. It's just naturally me. It's just naturally me. It's just naturally me. So do thumbs up the video, do subscribe, and God willing, I will see you soon. This is the Jedi.